Today I got recommended a YouTube dating show, and I thought to myself, well, doesn't that just sound jolly? I used to love watching goofy dating shows back in the day, and it's been a while since I've indulged, so why not give it a whirl? How bad could it be? Why not watch two people fall in love and have a happily ever after? How naive I was. Turns out I'm just a big stupid fool, because this isn't really a dating show, it's more like a combat sport, but with words instead of fists. It feels like I'm watching a bunch of people get into a Twitter argument, or like a bunch of Redditors fighting over karma passive-aggressively. It is so hard to watch. I think this is probably the worst dating show I've seen.
Welcome to The Button, a speed dating show. When the button lights up red, either player may press it and swap out their date for a new person.
Get out of here.
If two people can last on a date for 10 minutes, they win an all-expenses-paid second date.
This comes from Cut, who puts out a lot of wacky content. And the concept of the game I don't even think's bad. It lends itself to be really silly right away because you're just right to their face saying, I don't like you, get out of my face, I want someone else here ASAP. Just like a fucking ejector seat out of Johnny English, just kicks them right out. Like that's very silly, but it's also really uncomfortable in practice. And it also sucks that the button talks because the button is probably the most annoying character in the whole show.
You two have similar vibes.
Do we? What's this vibe that?
Yeah, what's the similar vibe?
Like aesthetic.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you find each other attractive?
Oh, you're waiting for me to go first.
Damn it.
Off to a fantastic start here. A date out of your worst nightmare. This is like the number one fear for people that have never been on a date. This is how they think it's gonna go. And then it actually happened on camera here. Fucking terrifying. My heart broke for this guy immediately.
Yeah, I don't really like guys with long hair.
How dare you?
Nicole, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Ryan was in the army.
You're in the army.
I was in the army, yeah, from 2012 to 2016. Oh, no worries.
She's going for the any percent speedrun world record here. Don't exactly know what went wrong here. She just said she doesn't really like people from the army, saying that they're too masculine.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
Nicole Omari.
Cool. So, what do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? Video games, mostly.
Video games. Okay. What kind of video games?
The big. So the last one I played. Got me. All right.
Why did you reject him?
Because there's more to life than video games.
We're dealing with the final boss of standards here. What the fuck do you mean there's more to life than video games? This guy didn't come in here wearing like a Super Mario hat and also like assless chaps designed straight out of Xenoblade or anything. The guy just came in here, you asked what his hobbies were, and he said video games mostly. And then you asked him what game he plays, and right before he could even answer, you buzz him out. He didn't even get to finish his fucking sentence. Then you have the audacity to say there's more to life than video games? What the fuck do you mean? He's not saying that video games are the only thing in the world that matter. It's not like he's brought in his waifu body pillow or anything. You asked his hobby, and he told you his hobby, and then you buzzed him for it. It would have been fine if you just said, like, you don't like gamers. Just be like, I buzzed him because gamers are yucky, cringe, and then spit on the floor. I'd have more respect for that than saying that there's more to life than video games. Would you have said that for every hobby? If he answered by saying, I like to skateboard while smoking cigarettes and eating pussy, would you have then buzzed him and said there's more to life than being extremely fucking cool? Or was this just a trick question from the start where he's not supposed to have any hobbies at all?
Is it your mission to get me out? Is everyone like angry?
I don't know about that. I've heard about you though.
What have they said? Oh!
Yeah, like I said, this isn't even really dating. It's just straight up war. Though I do think by instantly buzzing her, he saved himself about 15 seconds before she could ask him a question and immediately buzz him while answering it.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm not really a morning person. By this time, I usually have had like 2 Red Bulls or something like that.
Oh, okay. What do you do?
I tried to get a. Okay.
Sorry.
Why did you press me?
Because he's not my type.
Next date, please.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough, I suppose. She came in here, locked and loaded, just get him the fuck out of here instantly. Just slamming that red button down like she was about to launch a nuclear missile with it. I don't really get the point of this show at all because we haven't even come close to a single actual interaction between two people. It's just absolute pandemonium here. You'd get better results if you just threw soccer boppers on their hands and just let them duke it out. Just like actually throw some haymakers at each other in an interview. Like this is just is it coming out here so raw and aggressively? Just sits down and instantly says he's not my type. Like what, alive? Like what do you mean? You didn't even get to know him. You could say you don't find him attractive, and that's fine, I suppose. But like at least ask a question. I don't even think she got his name or anything. Why even sign up to a dating show at that point?
My name's Taylor.
Nice to meet you. I didn't get the memo about are we dressing up or
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah, so I am what do you call a furry, and I just dress up and I put smiles on people's faces. So
Do you have like multiple or is it?
I only have one.
I did it first.
Careful, careful.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, she wasn't feeling that. She slammed that button like she was trying to answer in a question on Jeopardy. It's just one of those things, you know.
Patty, are you a virgin?
A virgin? No, I'm not. Are you a virgin?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Do you usually have to tell people that first off the bat on a date? Or you usually just casually ease into it
I
at
just
a
keep
more...
it at the end.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
have a conversation.
Okay.
This button is the worst wingman of all time. If this was a friend of mine, I would have beaten their ass. Oh, hey, I see you're talking to Charles. Are you a virgin? No? Oh, I mean, he is. Did you know that? Like, what the fuck? Luckily, the guy was able to press the button first because I think he knew instantly the second that question came up it was going to be a deal breaker, so he tried to get out ahead of it and hit the button and beat her to the finish there. So very smart play right there. The tactics out of this world. Excellent execution. So he lives to see another day and charges triumphantly into the next round. Hopefully the next athlete wasn't paying attention and didn't hear the last question. And hopefully the button doesn't fuck him in the face again. You know, bring up something even more not appropriate. Hey, did you know that this dude's dad is a cuck? Which led to a really weird family dynamic. I mean, ask him about his dad's cuckoldry. You know, just something off the wall.
My day is kind. I'm scared, but I'm excited.
Why are you scared?
First time doing this.
Can you tell me more about yourself?
I'm a student.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh, okay.
What's your dating age range?
Above 25 and then stopping at like 36.
It was a good run from our boy here, but unfortunately, he just wasn't tall enough to ride this ride here, I guess. He was just a little too young, I suppose.
Do you like to dance?
I like to dance. What about you?
No, I just was having fun. I cannot dance at all.
Bro, everybody can dance.
No?
Prove
Everybody.
it. Prove it, Jordan.
Oh, this is fun. I appreciate you. You were fun though. We could be friends.
Where did it all go wrong? Why has the Lord forsaken us? I thought for sure this one had a chance of lasting longer than 30 seconds. They even stood up and danced together. Fucking throwing their ass in a circle, going crazy, you know, getting wild on the dance floor. And then the second they sit down, she buzzes him. Doesn't even say why, and then just friend zones him. In front of the whole fucking world here. Like, how did this happen?
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Sorry.
Oh, it didn't turn red yet.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, this is just fucking cruel at this point. This is just mean. This isn't dating. This is just how to make someone feel like shit as quickly as possible on video.
Yeah,
Are
me
you
too.
nervous? Yeah, like my hands were like freezing earlier. Just like,
Yeah.
so like ice cold because I was just nervous,
Yeah.
but
Sorry.
I won't make you suffer through any more of this. It is so awful. At the very end, two people do have like a normal conversation that lasts for longer than like 5 sentences, and they deem them the winners. They might or might not go on another date. Probably not. It's like they just gathered like the most awful AI together and then had them fight each other. Like, you know how when you need to confirm you're not a robot on those websites and you have to verify, like, click all the pictures of a boat? This is that, but in human form. Click all the pictures of an insult and then do it right to their face on video for us. It's so wild to me. Like, none of these conversations even remotely seemed like either party wanted to even try. They just wanted to, like, shit on each other. But yeah, anyway, I had to watch this, so figured, why not you too? And that's about it. See ya. Who doesn't enjoy a good romance story? Love can thaw out even the coldest of hearts. But what about the opposite of love? Cringe. I'm talking about YouTube dating shows, one in particular that I consider to be the worst dating show on YouTube. I made a video about it almost 2 weeks ago now, and I decided to dive right back into this pool of misery and take a peek at it once more to see where it's at. The show's called The Button. They take two completely incompatible people and sit them down in a sensory deprivation chamber with a table and a button in front of them, and the button interviews them to see if they'll go on a second date together. They can press the button if they want to get rid of their date, and the producers will take them away and break their legs and replace them with another potential candidate. But there's never a second date. That's just a ruse. It doesn't actually exist on this show. There's just no chemistry between anyone that's ever entered into this Thunderdome. There's a healthier relationship between alcohol and liver function than there is with any of the people that come onto this show. It's pretty agonizing, and I can't wait to show you.
My name's Evan.
My name's Hannah.
Hannah doesn't wash her bed sheets very often.
It's kind of off topic.
Frequently, do you wash your bed sheets?
I feel like it's every 2 weeks. I thought that was kind of long, but to each their own.
That's okay.
Sorry, Evan. You are eliminated.
Already off to an absolutely banging start here. It really feels like when you watch this show, you're a kid again watching your mom argue with the cashier at Dillard's. It's just so uncomfortable. Nothing works and it's super fucking strange. So the question the button decides to break the ice with is Hannah doesn't wash her bed sheets very often. She says she washes them like maybe once a month. Evan's a little more hygienic. He does like once every 2 weeks. I know Hannah's bed sheets are looking like a goddamn crime scene. Once a month for washing your bed sheets is gross. That's gonna have like that yellowish hue to them that they get when you just have like sweat and whatever on them. Like, oh, that's yucky. And yet it was still her that got rid of Evan.
Why did you reject him?
I just didn't feel attracted to him, I guess.
So the crucial flaw to this show is that everyone that comes onto it is wanting the spotlight. They want it to be all about them. They're the main character. So everyone is so quick to press the button. The second the button lights up, they press it. Because you can only press the button when it goes red, so the second it flips red, they race to slap the button so that way they can stay on the show. They do this because if they press the button, they're guaranteed to move on and they get more time in the spotlight. It just becomes less about dating and more about ensuring that they can juice as much time as they can in the episode. So they get rid of the person because it's safest. They don't want to get axed because then they didn't have a large role in the show. People might forget them. Whereas here, they get to go on guaranteed. What they need to do for this show is make it so when you press the button, it gets you out of the date. So when you press it, you're gone. You get escorted out the back of the casino. Because then there's less incentive to press it. Then you actually communicate and you have a conversation. And then you're like, okay, I'm not feeling it, bang, I'm out. I feel like that'd be a lot more interesting as opposed to every single one of these interactions going to a Final Jeopardy moment where they're all trying to fucking press the button all at once. It leads to every episode being exactly the same and just pretty insufferable. Her reasoning for kicking him off is I wasn't attracted to him, which is a fine reason, but the whole point is supposed to be finding common ground and potentially a second date, just getting to know each other. So having a split second to kick them off, I think is just counterintuitive. It should be, I'm out of here. Man, I am really not attracted to this person. Bang, ejector seat, they shoot you through the fucking roof.
I can, if I wanted to just have sex with someone, I could, but I want
Sorry, Sapphire.
It's okay.
You are eliminated. Hannah, why'd you do that?
It kind of caught me off guard that she was a sex worker, and she kind of intimidated me.
Another date down, Hannah's quick on the draw. But what I want to talk about right now isn't necessarily what happened there. I want to go back to my theory on improving the button, or at least switching it up where if you press it, it gets you out. I just noticed a fatal flaw. It could lead to an absolute doomsday scenario where there's some undateable, insufferable asshole who goes on here, and everyone that sits down in front of him just fucking hates him, so they all just keep getting themselves out. And he is just left there, sad, dick in hand, with no one that's going to go on a date with him, so the show goes on forever. It could just be an endless loop of sadness, and it makes that person feel bad. It'd be much more insufferable for the audience. Every time they sit down, it scares them away. My idea also has a lot of flaws, but I also think it might be worth trying just to see what happens.
When was the last time you two had sex?
A week ago?
Damn. It's just like a hookup?
No, somebody that I've been seeing casually for a little while.
Patrick, are you poly?
I am, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Have you like been in a polyamorous relationship before?
This is my first...
She got him with that bait and switch. She asked a question, while he was answering, bang, pressed the button. Kept his mind off it. It's a good strategy. You get him with the, look over there, bang.
Have so much in common.
I mean, yes, green and graphic design, my two personality traits, right here.
Sorry, Hannah. You are eliminated.
You're so nice. Loved meeting you. You're amazing.
Yes. You had so much in common.
I know. I just wasn't feeling the spark. And then also, if I'm being honest, some of the people before were just like, she buzzed them out really fast, and I don't know about that vibe. I don't know.
I feel that.
Revenge for all those that came before her. All the fallen soldiers. She was able to defeat the raid boss on the battlefield here. This was surprising because I'm not even gonna bother showing it, but they were having like a normal conversation. They had like a couple things in common, and they both raced to press the button. Once again, just showing how it's only about like as much spotlight time as you can get here, not really about trying to date or anything. It's just not that entertaining because the small talk doesn't last more than 10 seconds, and it's always just who can press the button first.
Hey. Hello. Heelys.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your name?
Emil.
Emil. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm Pi.
Pi?
Mm-hmm.
What's your handshake?
Handshake, yeah. Nice to meet
What
you.
are Heelys?
Are you at?
Bun doesn't know anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to take this one?
I mean, you're wearing them.
Yeah, you're right.
She was talking about not feeling the spark in the last one. God damn. This is the all-spark right here. This is what the fucking war for Cybertron was all about in the Transformers movie. Good lord. The connection here is off the chart. You can really feel it. It's electric. They're like immediately engaging in back and forth hostility over nothing. I mean, she just pointed out that he's riding in on Heelys and this dude's like all combative. He's putting up like a defensive shield right away. I don't know. I feel like we're about to witness an actual fist fight.
Heelys are shoes that have wheels in them.
So, would you consider yourself a skater?
I would consider myself an ex-skater.
Is it because the wheels aren't there?
It's because, what? Oh, on the Heelys right now?
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
You can't.
I wasn't saying that.
do
Oh my
that.
god.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Finally, some true love on display here. Casanova's really working overtime on this one. Dude's out here with a chip on his shoulder and something to prove, fighting for the good name of Heelys, and God help whoever besmirched the reputation of Heelys, I suppose. She didn't even say anything like rude or mean or anything. She was just saying, well, I mean, like, are you a skater, you know? And he's like, I didn't like that. Trying to slap the button before it's even available to. My lord.
Only when I light up red can you press me.
Oh,
This is awkward.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Shit.
Wow. Wow.
This is so cringe.
It
I'm,
is.
I'm dying.
I'm just gonna
start
hit the
up.
button. No.
No, I want to hit it now.
Alright, now we both want to hit the button.
I mean, I was vibing until you wanted
You
to
were
make me leave, so.
Well, shit.
I hope that button never turns red so they can never leave this hell. They're locked in a prison of their own creation right now. Just don't let them out. Let them sit there and marinate in it like an awful, repulsive beef stew. Like this cauldron here is filled with nothing but passive-aggressive insults and anger. And god damn it, I'm cherishing every second of it.
What are you two looking for in a partner? Let's try and save this.
Yeah. Basically, I'm looking for a partner who understands Heelys.
I do, is what I'm saying.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
Alright, cool.
I was not making fun of you for the Heelys.
Do you like The Cure?
Sorry, Emil.
It seems like this guy's whole personality is Heelys, so when he thought that they were being insulted, he tried to go to bat for them, like to defend their honor. And it led to this catastrophe here. What are you looking for in a partner? Someone who understands Heelys. Of course he's saying that like just as another passive-aggressive thing to Pi, but like I don't understand why it hurt him so deep. It's like her even mentioning the Heelys in a way he thought was belittling opened up so much trauma from his past that it consumed him like a darkness inside of his soul. Like I don't know what the fuck happened, but anyway, Pi goes on another date. They talk for like 4 sentences and they decide that that was good enough and they win. Great conclusion. Just another wild episode of The Button. I don't think I'm gonna watch any more of it. It's just really the same thing every time with people that aren't very nice to each other and have absolutely no chemistry or any ability to communicate with one another, because all of them are trying so hard to get as much time in the video as possible, it feels like. So, that's about it, really. See ya. Today was just one of those days where I was smiling and I was in too good of a mood. I knew I needed to humble myself, so I did what any sane man would do. I watched an episode of The Button to make myself upset. The Button is one of the weirdest dating shows on the internet, if you can even call it a dating show. It's more of just like a war between two people pretending to be romantically interested in each other in order to squeeze as much clout out of the production as possible.
Hello.
Hi.
I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you very much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Did you get it at like a thrift store or something?
Oh yeah, I got it from one of my friends. Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like this was such an aggressive opening here, like we were in round 1 of a boxing match and she came out swinging for the KO. Hey, nice shirt. Did you get it from a thrift shop? Like, it feels like it's almost an insult to him. I don't know if she meant it that way, but what if that's Trey's favorite shirt that his grandma gave to him and he wears on special occasions, you know? Like, what if he came out here and said, yeah, thanks, I like your pants, where'd you get those? Stupid town? How would you feel, huh?
Trey makes 1,000 plus tortillas a day.
I do make a lot of tortillas every day.
For like work or?
That's how I make my money. That's kind of what I do.
I grew up eating a lot of Mexican food, so.
Oh, really?
I like tortillas.
Well,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
you know, if you're hanging out with me, you can get fresh tortillas anytime.
Nice.
I gotta tell you, I don't think I've ever seen a wink executed in a way that comes across as anything other than odd. Like, that's usually just a conversation stopper. Nothing puts the brakes on a social experience quite like someone winking at you. Especially in the context here where they're talking about him making tortillas. I don't know why he would wink after talking about tortillas, but, you know, God bless. Unfortunately, it wasn't suave enough and he pays the price.
I'm not too big of a fan of tortillas then, yeah.
No. Maybe
Alright,
I like.
can I get the fuck out of here? Or what's the,
Sure.
Yeah, sounds good.
That date lasted about 18 seconds, but it felt like it was an entire 2-hour movie of sitting through that in real time.
Abby hates feet.
Why do you hate feet?
I just think they're really gross.
Can you show her your feet?
Do you want me to show you my feet?
Yes, please.
Oh, nice. Cool.
How do we feel about the feet?
Um,
The Button is the world's worst wingman. It just comes at you to like air out all of your dirtiest laundry for no reason. You'll be having a totally normal conversation and the Button will chime in and say, hey, this dude's got smegma on his wiener. What do you think about that? Like out of nowhere. And then it immediately leads to situations like this. Though admittedly, the guy here does share some fault because after hearing that she doesn't like feet, I don't know why he'd agree to showing her his feet. He was doomed for failure from that point forward, but I appreciate the power move, just throwing those tootsies out there for the world to see without a second thought.
Hughes? Why did you reject me?
oh, I'm just not really like an outdoorsy person, but you're really
no
awesome.
worries.
Yeah,
I
no,
appreciate
yeah, you're so nice.
I actually respect this from the guy here. Plants both his feet, puts his stompers on the floor, puffs out his chest and says, why did you reject me? As if it's any mystery. She hates feet and you just whipped out your stinky toes in front of her and I think that was pretty much put in the books from that point forward. But I do like that he tried to enter the DPS phase of the boss battle here by asking her like an explanation for the rejection, for which she tried to come up with something, saying that he's too outdoorsy because he mentioned climbing, which I think is just the first thing she could think of.
What makes you horny?
Sorry?
What makes you horny?
Makes you horny?
I don't know. This is weird. I'm an ass man. Is that weird to say?
Oh.
Sorry.
You can see this guy was itching from the jump to slam that button down. He said he did it for the boys because none of the guys got to press the button. Though we're only 2 contestants deep, so it's not like it's been all day. Or maybe it has. Maybe they just cut out a lot of content, not sure. But this man came in here on a mission. Said he was going to take down the raid boss, and he did. And he also said that he was an ass man in the process, so, you know, good on you. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. Her brain had a glitch there, saying that her theory is he's not into white women. Don't know where that's coming from. He even explained to you why he did it. He did it because he just wanted to take a W home to the gentleman's locker room here, since none of the other guys got to press it before she did. And for some reason, she came up with like an excuse saying he's not into white women, perhaps. That has nothing to do with anything. Even if you had like a full conversation and he pressed the button still, it doesn't mean he's not into white women. It means he wasn't into you specifically.
We did like this promo video for the kids, like this like rap Christian video, and I did it. We gonna, oh, that's crazy.
Okay, fashion-wise, the Kraken hat doesn't go with the sweater.
They said my hat didn't go with my fit. I'm like,
This show is more shallow than a toilet bowl. It's getting so messy. Like it is devolved into absolute madness. She rejected him because she didn't like his hat plus outfit combo. Even though I have to agree with the guy, I thought that was a true combo of drip right there. I thought it looked fine. I thought the hat went well with it. Of course, I'm not exactly like a fashion icon or anything, but still. I don't know what she was seeing. Her eyes must have been closed. I thought it was totally fine. But maybe she would have preferred if he was wearing a Moist Esports hat, perhaps. Then she probably wouldn't have been able to stop herself from lunging over the table and just pouncing on the man in pure euphoria and ecstasy. That's just the power of moistglobal.com merch. You can find all kinds of incredible stuff in there that's pretty much guaranteed to get you laid. It would have worked here, I have no doubt. Would have turned this from a dating show into a full-blown porno.
Oh, is that like the Rasputin? Oh, nope. What is that?
That's sturdy.
The sturdy?
Yeah. Why did you reject me?
Okay.
Because you didn't get sturdy. That was one of the sloppiest attempts I've ever seen. This was like a scarecrow trying to give the sturdy a whirl after watching a 5-second YouTube tutorial on it. But I have to appreciate and commend his bravery in whipping this shit out in front of her on their first date, and for all of us to witness, including God as well, who was absolutely weeping when he saw this sturdy try.
What are you looking for?
I don't know. Someone who's like easygoing and having fun.
You seem cool, but I want somebody that knows what they want. You know, and the whole like, you know, I don't know my vibe, kind of a little bit of a red flag for me.
Revenge for the boys team here. He buzzes her and then gives an explanation for why. And to me it just seems a little pretentious because she was explaining what she was looking for. His whole Reddit analysis here was her not knowing what she's looking for is a red flag, but she was explaining what she was looking for. She just prefaces by saying she's not like 100% sure, like it's not the strictest of guidelines, but she does have an idea of what she's looking for and was in the middle of explaining it, but he still buzzed her. Now, I don't know why I'm reading so deep into it. We just had someone get buzzed because the hat wasn't cool enough. Like, I don't even know why I'm trying to like figure out their thought process here.
His turn-ons are?
What are your turn-ons?
I think like turn-on wise, I am big on like, my love language is physical.
Okay.
So like turn-ons wise, I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's one of those like.
You seem cool, but I'm sure she wants someone who knows what they want, and the fact that you don't really know your own vibe is a bit of a red flag. He just immediately did the thing he criticized the last girl for, being unable to explain what turns him on. He's fumbling over every word, spaghetti's falling out of his butthole here, and it's getting a bit rough.
You know, like anything in this area, I guess. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
like not like porn star status, nothing like that, but like.
I wasn't thinking of a porn star, but now I'm
Nothing
thinking
like
of a
that.
porn star.
No. What about you?
I just like when somebody kind of does like words of affirmation.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
totally
my
get
kind of
that.
thing.
You know, kind of like the reaffirmation. I'm sorry, I don't know how to talk.
It's
sometimes.
okay.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know what this motion was when he said anything in this area. I don't exactly know what he was doing with his hands there. I'm not super familiar with sign language, but it didn't make any sense to me, unless he's like a frilled neck lizard and his like frills are gonna fire out to the side and that's one of his turn-ons. But it's about to go from bad to worse.
So sorry to pause, but we need to fix something.
Oh no, Button, are you okay?
Oh no.
She got a little cold.
Do you find Brian attractive?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Kind of do.
You get the strut going, you know? You got that going.
Hey, what's up? I'm Rosia. Nice to meet you.
I'll just bow out.
Man, I just feel sad. Like, this is just painful, even as a spectator here. I could see that other guy's heart breaking, his soul crumbling to dust before him, getting cucked on his own dating show here because the button was malfunctioning, so they had one of their staff members named Brian come in and fix it, and he started stealing the girl right in front of him. Damn.
It works.
Fair enough.
Was that you testing it?
Yeah,
or was that
but
real
testing
rejection?
and rejection. I feel
This was a more tragic story than Requiem for a Dream. After all of that, and then immediately getting buzzed for it, jeepers. Zoinks.
Oh, thank you. As soon as you said wholesome,
I'm a wholesome person.
non-toxic, I'm sorry. I don't believe you. Like, I don't believe you one bit.
In her defense, when someone calls themselves a nice guy or like a really wholesome guy, they usually aren't. This conversation between the two of them only lasted like 15 seconds though. There is a chance that he was a nice person, but the fact that he said that almost immediately is alarming for most people, I imagine. But it wasn't his fault because the button asked if he was a bad boy and he was like, no, I'm just usually a nice person, which set off all of her flight or fight response, and she was like, I'm not taking the chance, and buzzed.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Cole likes to smell his dog.
Oh yeah.
What?
Are you like a pet person?
I mean, yeah, but like, what do you mean you like to smell your dog?
So you know how like if there's someone you really like the smell of them? Yeah, no. I mean, just as like, not even when he's shampooed, like the barber, just whenever.
Oh.
Just like smell my dog. I guess that's kind of weird.
This is a power move I've never seen attempted before. Coming out the gates, calling him out on liking the smell of his dog, and him being very open about it, that yes, he loves to smell his dog. I'm sure you can imagine what happened next. They go on a second date, and they get married, and live happily ever after, and everybody clapped in the studio. He did a great job.
She posts very explicit pictures on Instagram, and I was like, I understand that you're happy with your body, and I support you, but at the same time, can we like dial it back just a little bit?
Okay.
And she didn't like that.
Interesting.
Wow, you about to hit the button on me?
No, I got scared. I swear.
This guy seems like a saint. Like, goddamn. So she asked, what would your ex describe you? Like, how would your ex describe you? And he was just like super honest and open. Like, my ex would probably call me controlling, but here I'm going to defend myself against what my ex might say. And then goes in to say, like, she used to post explicit content online, and he's totally fine with that, supports her, but just asked if she'd dial it back, and apparently she didn't like that. And she didn't press the button, so, I mean, that's a good sign.
I'd be interested in going on a second date.
I too would be interested in going on a second date.
You don't press me, you win the
I'm
button.
not even gonna look at it, so if you hit it. Ouch. Why'd you reject me?
I don't know. I just couldn't get over the little like thing that you were talking about with your ex. I kind of do like to post freely. I don't like anybody to hold me back. That was kind of my issue with my last relationship.
Plot twist I'm sure you didn't see coming. This show continues to pack the wildest surprises you'd ever imagine. So instead of winning the competition, she throws no one wins. I will say, I think the reasoning is still a bit weird, because the guy even said, like, he was supportive of her, just kind of asked, like, hey, maybe just not so much so often, which I don't really think sounds unreasonable, nor does it really sound like it's holding her back. You know, it just, I don't know, didn't strike me as like a huge red flag kind of situation. But anyway, that's where the button concludes. That's it. So yeah. Hey, let me explain. So, I've gone to events 3 times in the last 2 years, and 2 out of the 3 times now that I've gone to an event, I've gotten COVID. This is the 2nd time. Not the best of stats, I'm 1-2 right now, but hopefully I can get a winning record going against COVID pretty soon. But anyway, I was just hanging out, resting, and then I thought to myself, I need a little something more. I need a chemical X for my immune system, so got out of bed and I threw on this reindeer onesie that I got a few Christmases back, because it's nice and warm and I was very cold. It's not me in a fursona, it's just because I'm cold. And I sat down in this chair, this throne of swamp ass, and said, I know exactly what I need. A little bit of the button. the weirdest and wackiest dating show on the internet. I saw they had uploaded a new episode, and I thought, yep, this'll help. I know I should stop watching this, but I just can't stop watching it. It's too interesting and silly.
Would you say you're naughty or nice?
I would say I'm nice.
Do you like nice boys?
I think there has to be a good mix. Like, I think it has to start really nice.
This is pure sabotage from the button here. This question is a trap. It's an unwinnable game state. The only way to win is not to play. The number one red flag that most women know now is someone claiming to be a nice guy, since it has such a negative connotation. Like the whole subreddit dedicated to it, r/nice guys, where it's just pure meltdowns and absolute lunacy. But you also can't answer, no, I'm not a nice guy, I'm a bad boy, because that also has a negative connotation if you say you're not nice. So there's just nothing this guy could have said in this situation that would have salvaged it. This date was dead the second the question was asked. It was a checkmate.
Ooh, not ready anymore.
Awkward.
Why did you reject me?
Just not the vibe. You seem really sweet. I would like hang out with you, but it doesn't feel like a date vibe to me.
You can see the panic in how she frantically tries to slam the button, because I think most people are now conditioned to be very fearful of someone claiming to be a nice guy, but it's not this guy's fault. He was forced to answer this question, and there was no right answer to it. So I'm not mad at the girl, and my heart also breaks for the guy. It was just kind of out of his control.
You can't see each other.
No.
Say something sexy.
I think your voice is pretty sexy.
Oh, thank you.
You can also hold hands.
I'm comfortable with whatever.
Sure.
There we go.
Hey, what's your name?
My name's Brian. What's your name?
Brian, I'm Megan.
Megan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This one's going pretty well. There's fireworks going off and sparks flying off of this interaction. It's like an episode of the Power Rangers with the amount of sparks these two are creating between each other. So this is going swimmingly, and the button actually didn't ruin it right away. So let's see how the rest plays out.
Do you like naughty girls?
Who doesn't? I suppose the next question should be, are you a naughty girl?
Absolutely. I used the mistletoe native deodorant today.
That was a subtle little sponsor shout out there, a little plug, because this episode was sponsored by that brand. But man, what a weird situation we're finding ourselves in right now. Are you a naughty girl? Fucking coming at her like Santa Claus. Like that seems aggressive, but it's working.
If both parties consent, I dare you to kiss each other.
Okay, sure.
Where are you?
I'm standing over the button.
Okay, I'm standing too.
Hooey! Now it's getting real spicy. His lips are calculating a ton of data. Her lips are also running a bunch of numbers, trying to put a face to the lips. And let's see how it played out. You know, what was the conclusion they drew here from the science experiment?
Can you take your blindfolds off?
God, most nerve-wracking part. You're gonna hate what you see.
Oh my god, you're gorgeous.
Is this the type of person you normally would date?
Honestly, no.
Holy shit. That was blunt. There were no punches pulled there whatsoever. The claws came out. My god, that was brutal.
Why?
I don't know. Like, even with looks, I don't have a type. And what did I do?
Man, this is rough. It's like watching two trains collide in slow motion, but then 3 dump trucks are now getting onto the train tracks right before the collision, and it's just an absolute fucking apocalypse of shit exploding here.
Honestly, I feel like it's because I'm heavy.
No.
No? That's the vibe I got.
Not a problem with me. You are a good kisser, though.
Thank you. So are you.
Yeah, I don't think this could have been any more uncomfortable, but, you know, we're also just starting, so there's plenty of wiggle room for even more tragic stuff to unfold.
I'm Megan.
What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I can't. This Aries, I had bad experience, and I'm so sorry.
Was the button even red?
Yes.
Well, that was a certified Twitter moment. What's your sign? Aries. Ugh! I would never date an Aries. I had a bad experience once with someone who was an Aries. Thus, I can't stand any of them now because all Aries are exactly the same because the astrology says so. Please, get the fuck out, you make me sick.
What other senses can we explore?
I guess touch. Do you
Touch,
wanna
smell.
hold hands? Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
I just love the quickness on that. What other senses can we explore? Touch, smell. Oh, touch. I mean, not smell. Going right to smell would be kind of odd. You said smell, I didn't say smell.
He smelled nice.
Oh, you smell good.
Do you think he smells naughty or nice?
I think he smells naughty, and I like that.
Wow, are we talking about marriage?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Listen.
Is this red yet?
This episode is actually confusing my body, so now I'm extremely hot as opposed to cold. This guy heard the word marriage, and it was like he just heard a gunshot and went into flight or fight response and just started to, as quickly as possible, hit that button to like an ejector seat in Johnny English. Just getting out of there as quickly as possible. She goes on to explain that she was just joking around, but he says he didn't understand it was a joke.
Now, Holmes' biggest fear is that he won't be able to reproduce children.
Your end or my end?
My end.
His testicles.
Yeah, basically.
To it.
That's cool.
Sorry, but also I hope that you do have them.
Oh yeah, I will. Trust me, I will. I will.
Things are getting really personal now, talking about testicles and the desire to have children. We're getting deep. It's like we're in a philosophy class, some of these questions coming out from the button here. And then, she buzzes him because she's not entirely sure she wants to have kids anytime soon. So they both go for the button, they collide, but she got there first, and then wishes him well for having kids. And I love the way he signs off. He almost took it like a challenge. He's like, oh, I will. This whole situation here with the date may not have worked out, but one thing is set in stone. The prophecy will be fulfilled. I will have kids. You bet your sweet bippy, kids will be coming from this sack eventually. But thank you for your time.
In buildings.
That's crazy because I'm in film too.
Oh shit, what do you do?
I'm an actor.
You're an actor?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do TV and film. Yeah, that's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just feel like the actor thing, I've dated people who've modeled in the past and they were pretty self-involved.
No, I get it.
There is just no winning here. If you can't find common ground within the first 30 seconds with your date, you get buzzed. If you do find common ground, like here, your ass still gets buzzed and you just get cooked for it. It's just, what do you do? I think the strategy that would absolutely cop a W here is just lie about what you do. What do you do for a living? I mean, you can just make something up. They're not going to fact check you on the spot. Oh, well, actually, I'm a little embarrassed to talk about it, but I'm a gunpowder alchemist. I dabble in the dark arts, and I've done a lot of necromancy as well. And I'm also into espionage, but that's something I try and keep on the down low. I guess if we go on a second date, I can elaborate more on my spy missions. Just come up with something badass and interesting. Why not?
Does that mean you have a kid?
No, I don't have a kid.
It just seems like a lot of bag.
God, I'm such a I'm Annika, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay. Sorry, Annika.
No, that's okay.
She's going on a rampage right now. If this was Halo 2, she's about to cop a killing spree medal here. She is buzzing everyone. She is handing this shit out like free samples at a mall food court. And it doesn't really seem like she has any reasons for it anymore. She's just going wild with it. The power is getting to her. She's being corrupted in real time.
It's different, but it's cool. I'm liking it.
It's friend vibes. How's your day been?
Are you big into astrology at all, or?
Yes.
Oh, for sure. My ex was really into it.
Okay.
It really tore us apart.
Was that a joke?
Yeah. Taurus is a sign.
Sorry.
There is no defeating this raid boss. This guy tried. He was really ready. He had his hands on the button and ready, but then his brain had a bit of a glitch where he focused too hard on telling that joke, and he got distracted. She beat him to it. Damn, unlucky, because he had a plan. He clearly came in here with a plan, but he underestimated his opponent here.
Dave, I think we didn't have any matches this round. Too many naughty, not enough nice. Humans. Experience naughty and nice holiday scents by native.
A not surprising conclusion here. There were no winners. She ran through the entire list here, buzzing each and every one of them. And then it gets into the sponsor plug once again to send us out. So this one ended in a fat L all around, unfortunately, but I do appreciate the spin on the button formula by adding the blindfold. I actually think that adds a lot to it and hope they do more of that for this. And yeah, that's really about it. So, yeah.